Welcome to DC Digital Learning. Myself Suguna SN. Now I am discussing the session 30 of organizational behavior on the topic types of organizational reward systems. First one I have taken here, the financial reward system. So these are the reward system are designed to provide a direct motivation, and these rewards provide the recognition of the individuals. So these are the financial incentives, are the benefits which are given to the employees or the individual people in the organization with the intention or the aim or the goal of motivating their performances to go for improvement in their achievement levels. So this is the main objective behind providing the monetary or a financial reward system in the organization. So along with the salaries are the wages, monthly salaries and the wages, they have to be like rewarded for them. So in the form of monetary benefits or like a fringe benefits which we can say. So these act as an additional motivational factor to the individuals to go for increase or the enhancing of their effectiveness or effective level in their performances. So this is the main intention behind having the financial reward system in the organization. So which is mainly designed for the motivational factors to the individuals, and even along with the motivation it gives the individual recognition also, either formally or informally in the organization. This also the individual employees are achievable employees they expect in the organization. Second one, that is competency related pay. So these are the reward system which you're going to connect with relate the pay the payment of a salary or wage with the competency levels of the individuals. So competency level nothing but the risk taking ability or capability of the individuals. So people may be rewarded with reference to their level of competencies or the capacity, which we can say that some of the individuals they will not go for the taking of higher risk. So commonly in the organization or the big business we say that when there is a high risk there will be a high return. When there is a high risk there will be a high return. So here the competency levels are accepting levels of the individuals. Based on that accepting the competency levels, the pay or the rewards are fixed here. So this is the basis of fixation of reward system, that is competencies which is related with the payments or the pay or a reward. So our organization promotes that competency levels or the competency abilities in the individuals because it has the greater value for the enhancing of the performance in the organization. If there will be higher payments or a higher rewards to the higher level of competency level. So this encourages other individuals or the individuals who go for taking the risk. So there will be high risk and high competency level also, and high returns also they are going to get for that task or the job. So that's why you have to be fixed with the competency level and the reward system. So this also encourages some of the individuals to go for that. They have to show, they will go for the showment of their competency or ability or their creative or critical analysis skills and all in their performances. So this is the second form of reward system which the organization going to follow for the reward system. So next one, that is skill based pay. Here the payments or the rewards which are links are related with the skills which you're going to have by the individuals or obtained by the individuals, because here having appropriate skills also needed for the individuals to do their jobs or responsibilities also. Sometimes the acquisition and application of additional skills by a person carrying out the job is most wanted in the organization. Without the skill without the appropriate skills we can't survive in the job also. We can't do our job the duties effectively. So sometimes if there is a high skills like additional or extra skills, that has to be has the separate reward. So this is what the skill based pay or reward system which talks about. Sometimes there will be like other additional skills will be obtained by the individual persons for performing a job that has to be paid or rewarded separately. So this is what the skill based pay or reward system which talks about. So here directly the skills what are the extra or additional skills have by the obtained by the individual that has to be rewarded separately, and which has to be linked with the pay or reward system. So next one, that is team based rewards. So here, so which clearly says that there will be rewards which is offered to the team efforts or team targets. In the team, if the individual, there will be a lot of members they're going to follow, they're going to frame the they're going to fulfill their efforts to reach the achievement of the goal. So here every individual efforts or the performances have to be assessed by the other members of the group, and that individual who performed well, whose performance will be in the higher position, that will be have the separate rewards. So see here, the team-based rewards are shared among us the members of the team, and in accordance with the scheme for the exceptional achievement. So these rewards will be allocated or shared among the members of the group or the team. So we have to say that who gets the maximum share in the rewards, because it depends on the performance or exceptional cases of achievement what they have done in the team efforts. So this plays a major role. So and rewards for individual may also be influenced by assessment and contribution which is made by the other members in the organization. So to reach the whole team results or the achievement, what your own individual contribution which will be taken for the assessment of your reward. So this is a team-based rewards. Here in the organization, you have to be, as a team leader or the manager, you have to be very carefully see that how many members are there in the team and who put how much efforts for their achievement of the team efforts or team targets. So here every individual's efforts to be rewarded separately. So with their extent of efforts or the performances which is offered to the achievement of the team targets. So this is team-based rewards which is even followed by the organization for the rewarding to the individual team members. Next one is employee stock ownership plan, ESOP. So this is another way of rewarding system which followed by the organization. It is nothing but completely a plan of buying equity shares or the ordinary shares of the company. So an ESOP, that is employee stock ownership plan, is defined contribution employee benefit plan that allows employees to become owners of the stock. Stock here nothing but equity shares, ordinary shares of the company. So owners of the stock are the equity shares in the company they're going to work for. So it is equity based deferred compensation plan. We can easily we can say in a simple term, that is so equity based deferred compensation plan. So in the ESOP, that is employee stock ownership plan, here the company or organization going to offer the equity shares, owning of equities or buying of equity shares to the employees, existing employees of the organization. This is one of the deferred plan of the organization to make employees as the shareholders of the company. So this is a specialized version for sharing of profit and the sharing of a stock, nothing but the equity shares as a bonus plan to the individual workers. So that this will be given to the workers or the individual members who working for the organization, who has the more concern towards the organization, and for the existing employees who are oldest employees of the organization, and their efforts like a promptness level, trustworthy level. So and these are all also have to be considered for giving this employee stock ownership plan to the individual employees. This plays a major motivational factor to the individual workers. So every employee, they expect that being an employee, they expect that they want to be a owners or a shareholder of that particular company. So this plan, which gives that opportunity to the existing the trustworthy employees who are putting their efforts for the over period of time, so they becomes the owners or shareholders of the company. So this will be a motivational factor to even other individual workers also in the organization. So this is the major reward system which plays a motivational factor to the other workers or the individuals in the organization. Next one, that is statutory and voluntary benefits which you are going to follow in the organization. Statutory, nothing but according to law, according to a constitution, which you have to follow and which you have to provide to your employees. As an employer, as an organization, some of the benefits, some of the reward systems which must have to follow according to the law. So that may be like security benefits like employee insurance, this one insurance plans, provident plans, or go for pension plans, are the gratuity plans, gratuity fund. So they must have to follow these benefits. They have to, so being a recognized or a registered organization or registered company, they must and should follow these benefits which have to be offered to the individuals. And some of will be voluntary benefits which are provided by the organizations also, like a vacation holidays and the leave payment, special leaves, sick leave, health insurance, and educational assistance to the employee family members, and the discounts to the employees family members, medical benefits, canteen facility, recreational and re-entertainmental facilities, credit cards, etc. These will be a voluntary benefits. There is a difference between statutory and voluntary. Statutory means as for the law, you must and should follow and you must and should provide this reward system to your employees who are working in your organization. Even there will be a like a woman, if the women workers, they are working in your organization, you have to provide them like a maternity benefit, like that you have to follow separately, even if there is a women and men workers. Along with all this, you have to provide security benefits to every individual employees. So, but voluntary benefit, it will be option to the organization. So their wish, organization or the business wish, they go for the providing all these benefits for the well-being of their employees also. And these voluntary benefits plays a huge motivational factors to the workers to go for trust towards the loyalty of the organization, and they'll go for increasing or improvement in their performance levels. So this plays a major benefit to the organization as a whole set. Next one, intrinsic and extrinsic rewards, which I have even already discussed in the last session. Intrinsic rewards, which is intangible in nature, which we can't see, and these are the internal factors which influences the individual involvement in their work activities. So that is sense of achievement, a sense of involvement, a job satisfaction level, so informal recognition. So these are the examples of intrinsic rewards. So this again, organization or the manager, they have to be followed in timely where there is a need of all this following of all these rewards. So next one is an extrinsic reward. It is a reward or award which is in tangible form, that is physical form, and it has to be like external factor to the individual involvements and the individual recognition. If individual is not like external, he is not like a desirable form, in the sense the organization has to be controlled and controlled and absorbed and make it have the desirable directions of their behaviors. So your physical form of factors which given to you for accomplishing something as recognition of one's endeavor. So these are the extrinsic rewards of an individual employees. So both intrinsic and extrinsic rewards which plays a major role. Here the managers of the organization, they have to follow where there is a need of appreciating or rewarding or awarding of intrinsic reward and the extrinsic reward. You have to identify and go for appreciating those rewards in timely. So this is about the various reward system which the organizations have to be followed for their enhancement of increase in individuals' behavior. So these are the types of organizational reward system which we are talked. That is financial reward system, competency level pay, that is skill based pay, team based rewards which you're going to allocate among the members of the team members, and ESOP, that is employee stock ownership plan. This is a plan for having becoming employees into shareholder or owners of the company. And along with that, statutory and voluntary benefits. Statutory nothing but according to constitution, according to law, as a company which you have to must and should follow and provide those benefits. And voluntary, it is completely a well wish of your organization decision at the top level, management decision to go for offering these voluntary benefits to the employees for having or enhancing the performance of the individuals. Along with that, there is an intrinsic and extrinsic rewards which completely have the internal and external factors which influences the individuals to go for achievement of their work activities. So these intrinsic and extrinsic rewards has to be also be identified by or recognized by the organization right timely, and these all plays a major role as a motivational factor to the every individuals or every individual employees in the organization to have the achievement of their targets, individual targets, and the overall organizational targets effectively and efficiently. So this is about the different types of organizational reward systems. So this session ends here. Thank you. Thank you, Anila.